Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jono's Shout. Presented to you by Jono Toscano. Featuring some of Melbourne's biggest DJs, producers, and nightclub hosts. This is Jono's Shout.
Cheers, Lockdown.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in, man. Welcome to the show. I have no idea if you're even looking at me right now with that fucking thing on your face. And I don't know if you're even with us, so I'm really excited though to get to No Lockdown and get to the bottom of the masked man, because you are not normal. You look, it'd be an interesting. It'd be an interesting chat. So, my first question for you, bro: were you born as a clown, or were you once a normal person?
Oh man, I don't even know. I seriously don't even know, bro. I just don't know anymore. I put this thing on and I'm just a combined human.
So you are, but you do have feelings.
Yeah. I've got feelings.
Oh,
Fuck me.
In terms of the mask and all that, bro, and in terms of DJing, getting right into it, was it hard sort of to start this career as Lockdown? Was it an easy journey, or how did it go starting out? Was it?
Yeah, man. It was pretty difficult. Obvious reasons. Back in the day, Slice and Dice. Shout out to Slice and Dice.
Yeah.
Fucking Slice and Dice.
Bloody oath.
Yeah, good boys. People thought that me and them had a lot of beef.
Yeah.
But like me and Slice, dead set. We just spent last week at schoolies eating sushi train like 4 days in a row.
Fucking sick.
So
Toolies as fuck, bro.
No, but that was like, I don't know. People kind of use that to try and suppress.
Yeah. Would they compare you? Would they?
100%, man. I used to rock up to places and people just like try and fight me.
Fuck.
Because they're like, oh, you fucking trying to beat Slice and Dice. I'm just like, man, come on. I'm like, in all fair game, they were sort of 10 years on at that point.
Yeah,
roughly,
true.
or something like that. They're not the first people to do it. No one's done everything before.
Yeah. And man, like, you're doing it in your own way anyway. They do their own thing and they're still killing it. So
yeah, exactly. They're still going really well.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being well known and all that, not many people know who you are, like, as a person, as a real cunt. When we hang out, outside of gigs and that, it's sort of secretive, and it is with whoever you hang out with. You sort of have to keep it offline and all that. And even before sets, man, you're just like a normal bloke having a beer.
Yeah.
And then once that mask goes on, it's like...
It's go time.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. You're a whole new person. Is it frustrating not really, being able to claim the fame, if that makes sense? Is it frustrating not being able to go, I am Lockdown?
No, I mean, I can understand how it could be, and people can think it could be, but I wasn't about it from the start anyway.
So you didn't give a fuck about it?
I don't care, man. I'm doing it because I like doing it.
Yeah.
I love making music. I've always had that passion for music, everyone says they do. But yeah, I've never been about trying to claim that at all. I am who I am under this anyway. This is just different,
Obviously, you get a lot of attention though when it's on. I mean, it must feel fucking sick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And you sort of take it home and go, oh, that was fucking cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know in my brain, if this wasn't on, I don't get the attention.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't even know if you are the real Lockdown. You could be some hobo walk out in Richmond, bro.
Yeah, I'm not. I found this in the bin.
Yeah. Well, things leak, man, and we're in an age where everyone's got a camera and fucking all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone try and spoil your image by pointing you out because they know who you are, they know the real you?
Yes.
What's happened here?
Oh, brother. So it was early on.
Yeah.
And people, because we moved early on, I moved pretty quick.
Yeah.
And people kind of saw that and was just like, what the fuck? And people get jealous, man.
So when you say you moved quick, you sort of you grew as a brand massively, pretty quick.
Pretty quick, yeah. I wouldn't say massively, but we stood out pretty quick.
Yeah,
I stood out pretty quick.
Yeah. I
and people didn't like that.
Yeah.
At all. And so what they would do is go on forums and stuff like that, that's the Melbourne one. What's that Melbourne one that runs in?
The boys page one.
No.
The Melbourne Gal Pals.
The lucky one.
Oh, the girl one we're all in.
No.
The producer.
Producer group.
Yeah.
Yeah, people go on that just random. And it'll probably, as soon as people hear this story, they'll probably do it again.
Yeah,
don't give a fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Fucking don't do it, you fuckheads. It's fucking stupid. Just let the man be.
Anyway, and some dudes is like calling me out on it and going, it's this guy, rah, rah. And I mean, like, all respect to the guys running that page, Jay Button, all that stuff. They got rid of it pretty quickly. That's good. That's great. I've always had mad respect about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, people do it.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
There's a lot of low-lifes out there, man.
Bro, yeah, I said this on I had a couple of radio interviews when Helpless got released.
Yep.
And they were asking me the same things. And I was just like, you don't want to be that dude that goes around and ruins Christmas to 12-year-olds.
Exactly, bro.
Santa's not real.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like, fuck.
Let them believe it and have fun.
Just shut the fuck up and enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fucking dickheads. Has anyone slagged you off? Has anyone slagged lockdown off without knowing you or him? So say you knew someone personally, and then they go off and slag you off, and you're sort of like, "That's me." Does that make sense? So say I know
exactly. Yeah, I know exactly.
Has that ever happened?
I can't recall the time someone's slagged off, but I remember in Gold Coast Platinum. Remember Platinum? Mm-hmm. When I was playing there one time, I was sitting there with the boys having a drink. Flash, Tom Bromley, shout out.
Yep, good boy.
And some dude, I love this story too. Some dude comes up and goes, "Man, when's lockdown on?" And I'm just sitting there going, scratching my head, just pretending to drink and shit.
That's so awkward.
And the guy's just like, "Oh, he's on soon, man, he's on soon," whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh."
And you're sitting there?
I'm sitting there and he looks at me, he doesn't know who I am. Yeah. He looks at me and goes, "Bro, you don't even know. Lockdown? Fuck." Bro, you don't even know.
You've never met him.
Yeah, you're like, "You wait, bro, you wait." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'll wait, man."
You should go along with it and be like, "Oh, what's he playing, man?"
Yeah, no, I'll go to a point, but I could try and because I get real awkward about it and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to come across, I just don't want to reveal myself.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, sick. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Well, speaking of gigs, man, I sort of want to know about how you go about getting to and from gigs, because, can you talk us through how you get in and exit without being noticed? Are there... Does it have any close calls, at the front of venues?
Oh, yeah. First, I jump in my car.
Yeah, turn it on.
No, so yeah, I pretty much... I just get there and I try to get in contact with the promoter.
Yeah.
We got a pretty down pat, man. When the bookings get done, it's just one of the main things that they talk about to the promoter. How you need to get in,
access.
Yeah, you need to either have a back way in or just whatever. I don't again the whole thing to me at the moment is just kind of if people see me. Yeah. People are gonna see a face and be like, "Oh yeah, I saw him."
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, "Okay, well, try and find me."
Yeah.
Try and find me on Facebook. You're not gonna.
Yeah, that's true. Because you are, so you're pretty private in that aspect.
Somehow I managed to do it. So.
Do you ever go through? Do you have to go through the back, or do you have to just walk in?
Well, a lot of joints in Melbourne don't even have they don't even care though. That's the thing. People don't care. That's why I kind of don't really care about it anymore. So I just play it at the front.
Yeah.
There's literally thousands of DJs waiting out the front of clubs these days anyway. So I can be just random. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, talking of gigs, what's sort of one of the most embarrassing moments you've had in a show or a gig or something like that?
I remember after my set one time, I fell off some stage and ate shit. Because I couldn't see, dude.
I'm not surprised, bro.
But it was dark as shit. And I was just like, no worries, yeah, sick. I took some photos of people. People still watching me as I'm walking off the back. And I just fucking, whoop, bam. I was like, what the fuck? I missed a step or something. It was a decent drop, man. It was
fucking hell, that's awkward as fuck.
Yeah, but I nearly pulled some chicks' dress down in the same part.
Accident. Yeah, fucking creepy clown cars.
It's so bad.
No, that's embarrassing as fuck.
Oh, man.
And what about just touching on staying on gigs? The most annoying thing to happen to you, do you think, for gigs? I mean, it would be quite frustrating, I would imagine, wearing that and sort of your vision's a bit, blurry.
Yeah, a bit complete tunnel vision.
Yeah, I could imagine. You'd probably get somewhat grumpy sometimes, I could imagine, or a bit of it. Do you ever get a bit shitty, the little things piss you off? What's the most annoying things that happen to you?
A few things, man. Everyone gets shitty at stuff. I mean, shout out to the fucking, good on the people that can actually, keep composure.
Yeah,
it's I don't know, people I don't know, people just don't understand or whatnot, but like when I've got a fucking booth monitor blasting at me, I've got speakers fucking going berserk, and like, you know, shit's going through the roof, right? Yeah. And someone's coming up to me going, hey bro, I know ya.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to mix.
Yeah.
Bro, do you remember me? I know ya. Dude, I don't know ya.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't know you.
Exactly right.
And this person's just like, nah bro, like back in the day. I'm like, man, it takes two of us to recognise each other for this to like be a thing. Yeah. I don't know you.
It's like trying to date a girl who doesn't know you exist.
Exactly. Either that or just like, you know, like people fucking kicking me and shit while I'm like, you know.
So do you get like a lot of people around the stage and stuff like that?
Yeah. That's like one thing. Like, you know, I'm all for people coming up and enjoying themselves, and I love that. I love people getting into it, but I mean, like, I'm there trying to entertain a room full of people. Yeah. People have, you know, some people travel pretty far to come see me too, which I'm surprised. You know, like I want to give them the best experience that I can offer. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to sit there and be like, you know, no bro, I don't know you. Oh fuck, I'm tripping over your foot. Oh, this guy's fucking snorting a line down there by my ankle. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You know, people talking. I don't know. It's just I just want to kind of get in, make everyone enjoy themselves, do what I'm doing, and
just leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I've written down here, man, living a double life, and we sort of touched on it just then because we're talking about your mask and people not knowing who you were. Obviously, club promoters and bookers and mates of yours know who you are.
Yeah.
Say you're sitting in a green room, you said it before, like some guy came up to you and was like, oh, lockdown, whatever. Like, what do you do, man, if someone comes up and asks who you are? Like, you're just some random in the back room. Do you just say your real name? Or?
No, look, I mean, it sort of depends who the person is.
Yeah, if it's some random.
If it's a complete random, I'm Jacob.
You just make up names.
I'm fucking Ronald.
Ronald.
Cecil. I don't care. Like, whoever. Yeah,
Tim. How are you, Tim?
Yeah, it depends, man.
So I'm
a good judge of character too, so I can tell when someone's being a drainer and someone's like legit.
Yeah.
Okay. So
do you give the legit people more or nah?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, generally.
Is it ever hard or awkward, like living a double life? Like, if I were you, bro, I would, like, I'm surprised I haven't said your real name yet, to be honest. Like, I would forget that I'm putting on, like, another persona almost. Do you ever slip up, is my question. Have you ever slipped up? Have you ever...
No, well, now, I think earlier I kind of used to a little bit.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of just, it's second nature, man. It's like my life, so...
Yeah, you're more used to it, I guess.
Yeah. Now I'm catching everyone else slipping up.
Yeah, true. See, I've been scared. Like, there's been times I'm like, nah, maybe I shouldn't post that. Or
and like some people know me, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool. I'm happy with that. But if I'm walking past like this, don't go and say my actual name out loud, you dick. Like, are you dumb?
That's fucked up.
So many people do that. It's just like, come on, man. Like, fucking get into it. Like,
no shit. They got to sort of cooperate with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And once you're off...
I don't know. People don't really... People don't understand how serious I take it. And people aren't in the same position of being like, you know.
Well, they probably don't understand they could jeopardise you a little bit, man. So, have there been moments in your career where people, like, maybe... you wish people knew who you were? Has there been one time where you're like, fuck, it'd be cool if...
Yeah, look, there's a few times. It's probably for... it's probably not for, like, reasons like, like, people are talking about, this is lockdown, like, you know, showing people music or whatever. It's more of the fact that, like, when I was in Amsterdam with Uber Jack for ADE recently, the smallest thing, like, I talked to Timmy Trumpet a lot online, right? A lot. And I bumped into him. Yeah. But he's only met me face to face once.
Right.
And that was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I bumped into him. He's like, hey mate, Tim. I'm just like,
that's awkward as fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
What did you say? Like, did you say?
Just like, he was in a rush and shit, so I didn't want to hold him up. So I was just like, hey man, how you going? And just let him go.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, that's all. Yeah. So moments like
stuff like that, because it's like kind of like that. Like I thrive on that connection, just being like, you know, just networking with people. Yeah. So it's like, that's obviously a great network for anyone to have, right? Man. And it's just like, you can't have that little like interaction of like, oh fuck yeah, sick, right.
Yeah, like, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, like, there's plenty of opportunities in the future, hopefully. So
yeah,
I mean, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to talk about the mask, man. Yeah. The fucking wonderful, fucked up creation you've got on your head right now frightens me. And It hasn't always looked like this though, has it, bro? You've gone through a few of them, and I think you started off, if I'm right, with just the bald-headed mask with like a party hat on.
Little hat, yeah.
Yeah.
What's a party? It's a little top hat.
Top hat. Little party hat. Sorry, bro. Sorry, man, to get my back on. Was it a Jew hat, was it? I shouldn't say that. And you're also in jail inmate clothes at the start too, weren't you? You used to wear...
Actually, no, that never happened. That was the plan.
Alright, fuck, sorry.
Yeah.
What happened there? What was...
well, that was the whole plan. That was the whole, like, sort of...
That's hence the name, Lockdown. Sure.
That's exactly, exactly right. But I think we tried to... Well, I think I tried to... get like something that was sort of not just an orange fucking jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like even getting just the jumpsuit alone, like getting a denim one, a full body suit, was so hard for some reason.
Fuck.
Like it was one of those things, I don't know why, but it was just like
That would be so warm.
so damn hard.
That would be so hot, man. You must love sweating. You must love wearing thick clothes and a mask. Are you cold, bro? I got a jumper here if you want one.
It's fucking freezing.
It's like 40 degrees, the heater's on, you're shivering.
I'm alright.
Fucking hell. So you couldn't find your denim one, so what did you look...
Just fucking put pants on.
Yeah. That's funny, isn't it?
Good start with pants and a t-shirt or something.
Shit, good thinking.
I actually wore jumpers at the start actually too. That was... Don't know what's going through your head then.
Bro, again, you must be cold.
Yeah.
Where's the mask from, bro? And how much do these fuckers cost?
Well, can't tell exactly where they're from, but they're from the land of opportunity.
Yes, yeah, nice.
Yeah, dude, they're about $1,000 each.
$1,000 each.
Yeah, so when people touch it, I'm not happy. Like, you know, I had people pull the chin and stuff. I mean, like, cool. Funny, funny, that's bullshit. I mean, like, I kind of look at it in the fact that, hey, this cunt's wearing a Gucci bag. Yeah. Let me just rip out the fucking pockets. Let me, like, you know, that's how I kind of look at it. It's like, this is like my fucking Gucci bag.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look as fucking fancy.
But you know, like, in value-wise to me,
100%.
That's what it's like to me. So when people grab the hair and shit, it's like, I understand people don't understand the effort of, like, you know, the 8-week turnaround, 8-9 week turnaround to go and get one of these repaired. Yeah. You know, having like one, it's all now. As one just ripped. Yeah. Having one fucking, one now. Yeah, okay. I got no spare. So this rips, I'm fucked. Like,
what would have to happen? Would you have to say no to gigs?
Yeah, I have to cancel all the shows until I get a new one. And like I said, it takes 8 weeks. So people won't be able to see me for 8 weeks. I lose my income for 8 weeks. Like, it's, shit like that. It's just, that's why it's like I can understand how people don't understand. People don't look too far into that. Yeah. They just go, oh, he's wearing a mask, I'm gonna try and take it off. Yeah. Completely understand that. But that's the whole back thing about it. True. It's very scary sometimes, yeah.
It would be. I mean, it's a valuable thing, man, that is so exposed to the public. It's almost I see exactly what you mean. Yeah. How many do you have then? How many masks do you run? You just said
1, 2, that's in 2 pieces over there. Yeah. Practically 3.
So you got 4 now.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, so these 2, I've got an old one. So I had another one with remember I had like the John Howard haircut and had the fucking bald spot on top. I've got that one. I mean, like, that's like a backup. Okay. So that's what actually happens. That the other one that just ripped had ripped at some other point, some other time ago. And I didn't have this one yet. So I was like, fuck, what do I do? Yeah. So I was wearing the other one for a couple of shows and people were like, oh, fuck, what the fuck's this? Fuck whatever.
Fuck it, man.
Yeah, I've got a few, but I mean, I'll resort to just a fucking plastic bag.
Yeah. Put a paper bag on you. Well, I mean, so that's what, if they're about $1,000+ each, you got 3 or 4 of them, you spend like...
Well, this one actually was $1,500 because I told them to rush it because of that situation. I was like, I need this like ASAP, so they charged me,
It's a lot of money, man. It's a big investment.
It is, it is a lot of money. People
can understand that.
Yeah.
Well, we touched on this before, but how hard is it to wear that fucking thing in a mask, in a club, the hot, sweaty...
Yeah, well, club. I mean, fuck, yeah, it's, you know... That thick?
Yeah.
As big as a dick?
Yeah. That's a generous thickness, bro. More like this, just that.
Yeah, and it's just tight, hot. I can only see straight. I can barely hear. Like, these aren't, like, ear holes aren't sitting right. Yeah. Can't hear properly.
Is it hard to hear headphones when you're at a gig?
No, like, I mean, like, because they've got the holes there, like, it's just kind of straight in.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's just because it's not natural, man. Like, you know, you're restricted movement a little bit, and then again, in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there freaking out, going, if someone grabs this,
Yeah.
all over, like, yeah.
Because man, I once wore a Queen mask, right, for my sets on Queen's birthday,
I saw that.
and I fucking almost fainted.
Yeah.
I was dripping, and I literally thought, how does lockdown do this?
man.
Like, you fucking crazy.
Yeah,
cunt.
I know. Yeah,
I was dripping, bro. I almost passed out.
Yeah, I'm dead set. It's like some cunts poured a bucket of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, duck cunt. That's crazy shit.
Crazy.
Alright, on to production, man, because that's a big part of you, a brand, and you're a fucking freak producer. How long have you been producing for?
About 5 years, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you run Ableton?
Right, Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come from FL. I started on FL. Someone who showed me the whole like amazing world of production. Just had FL on their computer. And like, oh, some of my mates use it and they make songs and shit. Always actually been pretty interested in it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, what was it? Fucking grade 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing a music class, and just in general high school, and there was a fucking music production software on the computer, right? And this was in the age of like burning CDs and shit, right? And I remember asking the teacher, I'm like, man, geez, can I take this CD home and burn it? I was like, dude, this is the best thing ever, like production, like, you know, I didn't know it was production, it was like music making, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. So, fuck you, Mr. Edmonds. Okay, fuck it. And dude, dead set, if I started from back then, like...
Jesus, mate.
Right.
You're the next Martin Garrix. By the time you're 12, you're famous.
Fuck, bro. Like, that's what I always think about. Oh, man,
But that got you started, though, anyway. So that
was the whole thing, but it kind of, like, you know those things, they just kind of slip your mind for a few years? Like, that didn't really come back to my mind until, like, probably a few years ago, like, after I started producing again. Like, I just remembered, I'm like, fuck that dog. Like, I could be so far along, like...
If he gave you the CD.
You gave me that opportunity, you old cunt.
Fuck it. Did you get picked on in school because you look like a clown?
What? Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
It was always the worst, hopping out of the clown car that mum dropped me off in.
And like every time she turned, it's like beep beep.
Fucking water shot out the bonnet.
Oh, it must be a hard life, bro. We've got a very distinct sound, man. Since that Mr. Cunt didn't help you with the CD, you've come a long way, bro.
Yeah.
You got your very heavy sound, and you know, like what genre would you call it? I mean, it's heavy, hard hitting.
Oh, bro, I don't have a genre. I mean, I just make. It's cliche as shit. I just make what I feel like I want to make. I mean, it's definitely got minimal roots, electro house roots.
Yeah. Because you got very melodic breakdowns as well, bro. I mean, you can write a fucking tune. Like.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that I pretty much got inspired that whole melodic stuff with just looking at like festivals, Ultra Tomorrowland and shit, and it was always like that's always a big part.
Yeah.
So
So do you sit at home and just watch live sets and all that sort of thing?
No, not really. I mean, I used to kind of like watch one, like someone be like, oh, watch this, and I'll like sit there and watch it. I kind of get a bit bored sitting there watching that thing, but it's kind of like if I've got a dull day where I'm not thinking how to make music, I'll just scan through it and be like, you know, whatever. Like, you know, you go to the gym, you listen to Spotify, whatever, and while you're there for, you know, an hour, like, I leave going, fuck, I have so many ideas right now.
Sick.
Like, just listen to other shit, man.
Yeah,
like,
get inspired.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like, you can, like, it's inspiration's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's
just what you make every day.
Exactly.
Speaking of inspiration, there's some artists, some big boys or girls you look up to when it comes to producing and DJing?
Yeah, I mean, you know, all the Australian guns like Timmy, Will, you know, Uber as well. Shout out to Uber.
Like me and shit.
Yeah, Toscano. Sounds like his last name like a pasta.
Yeah, I run the fruit shop. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, those guys, man, from Australia. I think it's probably more personal to people like us, you know, from Australia, to have those like big dogs kind of doing what they're doing
100%.
because. You know, it hits home, you know, you're like, fuck, like someone can do it from where we're from.
Dude,
like,
little old, like Melburnians.
Yeah, like Will smashing it, like, you know, being originally from Melbourne, like, fuck. Like,
No shit.
That's why everyone in Melbourne's just like, oh, I'm a fucking DJ.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. They want to follow it. They see how cool.
Yeah,
how
so
big it is.
many people are trying to follow that path. It's great.
Why did you start producing, man? You said you had a huge passion for music. Did you play any instruments or anything, or have you already sort of online computer vibe?
Yeah, man. I originally started with like rock music.
Yeah, cool.
Loved heavy metal.
I spoke to Dwayne about this, and there's a big correlation between rock music, heavy metal,
something about it,
and bangers.
There's something about it. So my whole story with it was pretty much my fucking musical life broke down. Was you know in what was it, in primary school and stuff like that. You know, there was just like random music or whatever, just like random funny shit like that. Because I got that. Shit. Yeah. I had like an MP3 player full of just stupid music, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and it wasn't until like I went over to high school and like, you know, you go through that thing of like, oh yeah, you're on the bus by yourself, like, you know, you do this, like I kind of like found that whole music thing. Yeah. And I started, I think I started playing bass guitar.
Sick.
When was it? Yeah, probably like at the end of primary school, start of high school sort of thing. So I was like really into like rock and like, you know, I was just fucking really into like heavy metal stuff and all that. And then I felt bass guitar was too boring. Yeah. I like 4 strings, can't step it up to 6.
Yeah.
So and then I pretty much followed that whole thing for a bit. Year 9, no, actually it was year 7. I also discovered at the same time of doing that, I discovered Ministry of Sound.
Man.
And this one to me was like the annual. Yeah. And I'm not going to tell you what year because then people will fucking work out. But one of these was like the electro era. Yeah, cool. And it was like right start of the electro era. Yeah. And and that thing was just like, I was like, dude, I was going to bed listening to it on repeat. Yeah. Like, so every song, I can name like every song from that album, which I'm going to do. Yeah. And like, it's just one of those things that it sort of moved along as the years moved at high school, kind of, you know, progressed with guitar and stuff. And then at one point I just sort of turned on like production software and I was just like, oh, cool.
Do you find it helps knowing instruments and chords and notes and shit with your production?
No. Man, I mean, to me, no. Yeah. Because I don't know. You put me in front of a piano. Can't.
Yeah. Like what the Google vibe.
Yeah, it's like sticking your bloody dog in the steering, like fucking, you know,
front seat of the car,
driving your own car. Yeah. Yeah, and even that, like guitar, like that was one thing I couldn't do. I couldn't play chords on guitar.
Yeah, fuck.
It's weird. It's fucking. You know,
I don't man.
Dude, I don't have small hands or anything. It's not like I couldn't get any fingers in it, but it's just like.
You know what they say about big hands?
You know, big.
Gloves. Nah, it's good though, bro. Because I think a lot of people stress when they go, oh, I'm not going to produce because I don't know keyboards. Learn it. Go on Google and just learn all you need to know for that sort of shit, man.
I mean, that's you're a lazy cunt. Don't learn it all. Just deal with it.
That's it. And just use your ears, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's probably one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
Like, just training your ears.
Yeah. Do you think producing is important this day and age? To be a producer, not just a DJ?
To stand out, 100%.
Yeah.
If you're just a DJ, you're the same as 1,000 other people, aren't you?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you do music, you stand out, you got a higher chance of hitting something that's unique. Yeah. Higher chance of shooting right to the top.
Yeah, 100.
So, yeah.
Is that, like, other tips, what about other tips for, you know, up-and-coming producer DJs? What have you got for them?
Don't give up. Yeah. Like, I mean, I know every tip that anyone can ever give you is so cliche, so fucking washed, because it's true. Yeah. People experience stuff and go, you know, fuck, it was true. Yeah. Like, I had no idea that I would make an impact like I've made. Yeah. Right. And even in my brain, it's like, oh yeah, whatever, I go out, I play music, I'm a DJ, whatever. Yeah. I don't look at myself like the way that, you know, this guy at the fucking venue looks at me, this guy, you know. True. You know, I just, whatever, and he's like, oh, thanks bro, thanks man.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I still get shocked, dude, like the amount of people that just like, the stories they tell me and stuff, the amount of people that want to know me, the amount of people that come and see me, the amount of people that travel, like, I love it, like I fucking love you all. Yeah.
That's fucking good, man.
It's unreal.
It would be overwhelming as fuck. Yeah. I mean, I just have like one little junkie cunt in the corner of a room being like, Jono, oi, that was a sick set, man. And I was like, oh, did you like it? Oh, I was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes, man, but it was sound sick. So
when you're dropping me off, can you give me $2 for the bus?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you driving right, man? Because I can't drive. So I know how you feel, bro. Yeah. I'm kidding. What about your new podcast, man? You've just released a new series called Purge.
Yeah, the Purge. Yeah.
What's the reason for the podcast? And you've taken a different style from listening to it. You've got different style tunes to what you generally play. I mean, what's the vibe behind this whole thing?
Well, the Purge to me, first off, the name. So a few years ago, I released a track called The Purge.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's probably not really floating around that much anymore, but a lot of people into it, and I'm still to this day, a lot of people like, play The Purge, play The Purge.
Cool.
I just kind of chose the name for something relevant, but then also as well, I've got a plan in the back of my head with it. So,
sick.
And the music itself in it, I'm looking at that as more of a highlight.
Yeah.
My favourite tunes that I like to listen to, tunes that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Tunes that should be known more.
So it's more a personal take almost.
Yeah, of course. It's like, seeing through my eyes what I like.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to do the same old thing where everyone's fucking, I'm going to put an hour of minimal tunes in and have, practically...
It's been done many times.
Yeah, it's been done too many times in my eyes.
Well,
good on everyone for doing it. Good on everyone for actually having that aspect to their brand.
100%.
Podcast. Yeah. To me, it's not me. It's not for me. So,
fair enough.
Even that, you probably won't even find too many of the songs that I play in these podcasts.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's cool, actually.
Yeah.
What about the scene, bro? You've been in it for a fair few years now. You signed to that sound.
Yeah.
You got recognised very quickly, as you mentioned before. How do you see the scene today, man? As it's come through from when you started to now. I mean, ups and downs. What do you reckon of the whole thing?
I think in the back of my mind, already apologising for being sort of negative.
Yes.
I feel the scene all over Australia is kind of dying.
Yeah.
It wasn't as vibrant.
Yeah.
That's the way they explain it. It wasn't as vibrant as it was, 4 or 5 years ago. I've seen it firsthand, man. When I started playing at venues that were fucking absolutely bumping, right? Going nuts. 2-3 years down the track, doors are shut.
Yeah.
And it's sort of getting like that more and more and more. And I'm seeing it more and more and more. I think a lot of it as well is people are kind of just a bit too whacked out to know what's happening.
Yeah, like gear-wise?
Yeah. I think gear-wise.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, all for it, man. Go do it, whatever, enjoy yourself. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. But I mean, at the end of the day, venues are copping it. So venues are struggling to stay open.
Yeah.
Everyone's losing money if people aren't drinking, for example. If people aren't coming through the doors, for example.
True, man.
Companies can't run.
No, exactly. It's business.
Yeah, so I feel that it's sort of dying, but I mean, it's definitely still, it's chugging along.
Yeah, it's something in it still.
Definitely, something, 100%, man.
And what about, I mentioned that sound, what do you think about being signed to a label, not a label, an agency, sorry. Is it sort of what it's made out to be in your eyes?
I think it had a lot, heaps of value, probably about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of value, it was it wasn't so overdone.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of it's cool. I mean, I don't look at it the same way.
Do you think it separates people still? If you're signed to not being signed? Or is it not really a thing anymore?
Again,
like you said.
Yeah, again, I think it might be just the perspective I'm from being in agency already for 3-4 years or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't think so. But I can understand a young kid going, "Oh, you're being signed and that sound. That's great, man. That's a goal.
It is, man. Yeah.
A personal goal. Someone ticks it. Great, awesome.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Well, man, what about I've got some curious questions here, and we've got some stuff about. I'll run you through. I've got about 6 questions here. You can answer them as long as you want, or quick as short as you want, whatever. But I got my first one here. Is quite curious to know is your first club gig. Where was it? How was it? Was it good? Was it shit house? What was the go here?
Alright, so my first club gig was, funny enough, in Tasmania.
The land of opportunity.
Yes! Yeah, the right way.
Fuck yeah.
It was called Hotel New York.
Oh yeah, cool.
HMYs, which turned to Mode.
Yep, I've heard some good things.
Yeah, man, and that's probably an example of how I was saying in the scene. That joint was fucking slamming every week. And I remember as well, that was Halloween.
Shit.
First gig was on Halloween. We went down there. It took a chance on us pretty much.
Yeah, fucking oath, man.
And yeah, people apparently left going, holy fuck. Like, that's
sick.
crazy. Because we were playing like, I was playing like fucking, like terror minimal.
Yeah, right, like back then.
Because everyone's playing minimal, but like, there's only very small amount that I saw of people playing terror songs.
Yeah, shit.
Like,
that was hectic then.
that was a heavy
cool
fucking
sound.
And the whole goal back then for me was like, go as heavy as you can.
Yeah.
Stand the fuck out because you're playing heavier than every other.
Fuck yeah.
So that was my sort of thing. Like, you know, people love to compete. So it's like people are gonna go, no, you weren't, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, whatever. But yeah, dude, and people thought it was just like a once-off thing.
Yeah, fuck.
Because it's like, oh, they're on Halloween, and you know, he's on Halloween, he's wearing masks, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when we come back a second time, they're like, shit.
Fucking hell.
I've actually got GoPro footage of that too. I brought a GoPro.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so goddamn funny.
You have to show us, guy. What about other music tastes, man? Outside of bangers and heavy shit?
I love everything. Man.
Yeah.
The only thing I actually really don't enjoy listening to is country music.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's weird.
You don't look like a country sort of bloke.
No, you couldn't see me with the fucking straw hanging in my mouth.
Playing a little guitar.
Driving a tractor and that.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. So you like a bit of everything?
Everything, man. Yeah, everything under the sun. I mean, I kind of stray away. I never really listen to the radio either.
Yeah, fair enough.
Again, it's commercial, it's cool, whatever. There's a couple of songs in there I like, but I just sort of dig through archives.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What about the day in the life of lockdown?
Looking at a fucking computer screen.
Yeah.
Running the back end of lockdown, I suppose.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
You know, sort of fortunate enough to have, you know, some people believe in me and want to sort of start a team.
Yeah.
So I've got a bit of a team rolling. You know, 2020 should be looking pretty good, but yeah, as far as everything goes at the moment, I'm just writing as much tunes as I can.
Fucking hell. Can we expect to hear a lot coming out?
Definitely.
Sick,
definitely.
What about, I said advice for up-and-comers, you pretty much said be different, sort of stand out.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, obviously, still be different, stand out. Don't give up. Just don't do things for the wrong reason. Don't be a DJ because you're like, oh yeah, sick, fucking chicks are gonna want me.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be disappointed with the reality.
Yeah, exactly.
If you got a fucking head like a fucking Dinston Milo tin,
which a lot of people do.
The only thing you're getting is a fucking cab ride home yourself.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So just be true to yourself, man, and just do it.
Be true, yeah. Don't play yourself, man.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled, what up?
Yeah. That man gets millions of dollars for singing his own songs.
Yeah.
Alright, my last one of the curious questions. Are you religious, brothers? Do you believe in anything above?
Oh, man. You know what? It's the funniest thing. Because, like, I've always... Like, I went to Catholic school. Right? Catholic... not primary school, Catholic secondary school.
Yeah.
A fucking well-known one as well.
Yeah.
And like that would almost sculpt people to, you know, fucking go to church and shit.
Fucking
whatever. But nah, I kind of left that go. Nah, fuck that. That's shit. And I'm still kind of like a bit like atheist, but I think there's something going on because I had an experience. And fuck, call it bullshit if you want, whatever. I had an experience once where I was actually going to the movies with friends. It was like a double date sort of thing at the time. And and I was like, fuck, I was fucking freezing my ass off, because I didn't have my mask on.
Yeah, you not got your 4 layers.
Yeah. So I went and got a jumper, and I'm like, I'll be back in a minute. So I literally went and bought a jumper, come back, and I saw, 3 people I was with standing there. Yeah. And these 2 of them will vouch me. 2 of them will fucking vouch for me. Why I'm saying this because they were fucking there, right there. And there was older couple standing with them, and I was like, what's going on here? And they were all nicely dressed, like long sleeve sort of shirt, all perfectly dressed. And I'm just like in my head, I'm like, fucking Catholics. Yeah,
like they're trying to sell you something.
Yeah, just sell me a fucking mini Bible, put it in your top pocket or something. I don't know, man, whatever. Walk over there and I can hear, you walk over and you hear the conversation more and more. And they're talking about Jesus. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm like, this is all I want right now. I just want to go see Transformers or whatever I was seeing. Like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And the guy, as I walk into the group, the guy just goes, boom, looks at me and goes, all right, I know what you're thinking, fucking Catholics. And I was just like,
Fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this guy, what's this guy?
Yeah.
I was like, man, what is happening right
You
now?
just did think that.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a stupid coincidence anyway.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, we're just, we're messengers from God. And I'm like, oh, yay. All right, what do you got to tell me today?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're just going around. And he went around the group and it was just like, God's told me to tell you that, you're this person. And they went around the group. Not important about them because it's not about me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I honestly, I can't remember what they said about it. I remember one of them was just like, oh, you're fragile and, you're rah. And she's like, yeah, I'm fragile and whatever. And got to me and was like, right, so God's told me to tell you. And this was before lockdown.
Yeah.
Before even it was a thought in my head, right? He's like, you're working really hard. Like, you've got some real passion in you. He goes, I can feel that there's just like a fucking driving passion inside of you that, you want to succeed in something and you've picked something in your brain that you just want to run with. And, you want to be better than a lot of people. You want to be the best. You just want to enjoy what you're doing, And he goes, I've got a feeling it's in the music industry. That's it.
What the
fuck? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, mate, God's just told me to tell you to just be patient, stay in there, don't quit. Just keep true to yourself, keep doing what you're doing, and one day you'll be at the fucking top of the ranks of your area. One day you'll be, doing what you love doing and stuff like that. And now I'm not sitting here going, oh yeah, I'm the top of the ranks and shit like that. But I mean, like, me being kind of a renowned-ish figure.
Very well known, man.
Yeah. And that was one of those things, like the other story I was telling before about the music teacher.
Yeah.
That didn't click to me until like last year.
Yeah.
Like, 3 years into this, 4 years into this. Didn't click to me that this guy just like literally told me that, hey, you've got to do good things. Just chill. Like, just relax. Because I've always been the person just go hard. Something doesn't happen, like, Ruben.
Yeah.
He'll vouch for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, so he'll vouch for me.
Yeah.
That, like, I'm so goddamn, like, I'm like, oh, let's do this. Let's do it now. Yeah. I just want things to fucking roll. Like, let's do it. And, like, always been like that. Always had that drive, that passion. And,
This can't knew it.
This dude
guy told you, man.
And told it. And I was just that much of a dumb cunt. We just went, zip.
Yeah.
But I kind of walked away going, does he mean DJing?
Yeah?
And I was asking, I was like, does he mean DJing? People are like, oh no. No, it doesn't mean DJing, no.
He probably meant your prostitution company.
No, that's thriving at the moment.
That's
in the area.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that's incredible.
Yeah, dude, it was weird.
Jesus Christ, bro. I wish I could get in touch with him because I'd love to know what's coming for me, man. I'm waiting patiently, bro.
I'd love to know if that's all cleared up.
Fucking hell. Dude, I got one last question, man.
Yeah.
Dream collab. Do you have any dream collabs in the works?
I've had a dream collab rolling for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, no one really knows it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah,
it's still happening.
So when you say it's rolling, like it's not started, or you're trying to?
It's fucking halfway done.
Man,
done. 2 years. So off the back of the Carnage thing.
Yeah.
Carnage Steve Aoki track that I did. I mean, yeah, dude, I was in shock. Like that year, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
That's 2017, I think.
Yeah.
And this has just been a real long process. Super long. And the guy that I'm doing it with, if everyone knew who it was,
they'd be like, "Wow."
Well, they can understand why.
Yeah, true.
Why it's taking so long, and this guy's smashing the scene at the moment.
Well, what about in terms of tunes and that? Can we before I let you go? Can we hear anything? Like, have you got tunes coming out soon, or is it in the new year now? Are we going to hear them coming out?
So I last year I had a goal.
Yeah.
My goal was to try and release like a tune a month on a label, right?
Yeah.
I got about 3 months in,
Yeah.
and then I realised. Well, I didn't realise anything. I mean, I got 3 months in, and I made a plan to go to ADE.
Yeah.
That's where everyone goes. Like, what was it, November, October, something like that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck releasing tunes. I'm gonna just make tunes, just bank them all up, walk into ODE and go, you know, make connections, which I did, and just go, here's all music, here's all music, here's all music.
That's sick.
So I purposely took that hit of 1 year to be like, set myself up for the next. And so like this year coming, like there's some fucking good shit, good stuff happening. Real good stuff. So yeah, sometimes you got to take that sort of hit.
Yeah, and just be patient.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, bro, I mean, along with everyone else, I'm keen as fuck to see what you got coming.
Yeah.
Your mixtape, your potty, your new tunes, everything, bro. Your gigs, it's exciting, man. So, again, thank you for coming in. Thanks you for coming out of out of your little tent. You had a tent to come out of today. And man, like I think it's gonna be. Like, you're going to take the world by surprise, like Jesus said.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good on you, bro. Thanks a lot, man.